What's going on, Baku crew? It's BakuRad96 here with match number 3. So this is going to be the winners of match number 1 and match number 2 going against each other. Mono Pyrus versus Mono Ventus. Now before I start off, I want to remind everyone that 81% of you watching are not subscribed. That's not cool. So what I want you to do for me, I want you to go ahead, I want you to click that big red button, I want you to drop a like, and then you know what I want you to do? I want you to stay safe, brawlers, and enjoy this video. Now going into turn 1, we both play an energy card, and we get ready for the roll. Here we go. Well, pause there, and there it is. So we both stand. What a magnificent turn 1. It is Sectinoid against Smog, or Serpilius. I pick up that blue shield plus 650, so that gives me 1450. My opponent is on a Helix. I do believe the Helix gives them 400, so they're at 500 B power. At turn 1, I pretty much got this one in the bag. Platinum Sectinoid is really great as far as damage goes, but unless it picks up the cores that it needs to get off its abilities, it's not that great, at least not on turn 1. So with the opening, I go ahead and I play a Ray of Pyrus for 3 more. This is going to have 7 come in. My opponent does flip the armor rating of 2 on the rocket thing, so that's 3. Then he takes the rest of the damage. Not bad at all. I will take the first win. Now it's just a matter of fixing that hide matrix. OCD taking over. Jeez, I should cut this next time. Sorry about that. But here is turn number 2. We're both going to play an energy here. I'm choosing to go with Blitz Fox. My opponent is using that lime green Nelius. And the roll, once again, an excellent roll. We both pick up a core. I landed on an orange shield, which is great for my Blitz Fox. The opponent does land on Nelius. Nelius here did get the minus 400 magic shield, I believe, that I was running as a trap. So that works out perfectly. Blitz Fox, as you all know by now, did pick up an orange shield, so it gets another Baku core from the field to its active Bakugan. Of course, it's itself, so I grabbed that 650 blue shield. And once again, I take it very easily. Not much my opponent can do. My Bakugan are just going off. I've got extremely good luck. Here my opponent's taking the damage. It is 3. I didn't have anything to play. So while I adjust the hide matrix again and we wait for the next turn, I also want to let everyone know that this tournament, at least the games I have planned out, are going to run all the way until Monday. So this is going to be a little more than just the 1 week. However, when this is all done, I am excited to say with all the new cards that I opened, there will be plenty more new deck lists. So that is going to be very fun for upcoming next week. But next round, we both play an energy once again. Here's the 3rd roll of the game. And I miss with my Sectinoid. So I could have had a team attack there. All I had to do was stand and win. But the opponent does get off that Ventus Platinum Dragonoid. It does not core. One thing that we have noticed while playing, the Platinum Bakugan have a hard time picking up a Baku core in, compared to the regular Bakugan without the metal. And I guess it's just a weight problem. So what I want to try in the next match is definitely roll them a little lighter. But anyway, back to this current one. I did take that 4 damage there from the Dragonoid, as you can see. Pyrus doesn't have a lot of cards that stop damage, so when I don't roll out or when I don't win, I'm taking it. Ventus, however, we all know there's a lot of debuff cards for Ventus, so this is a crazy match. Now with 2 Bakugan 1, I really do only have the Sectinoid to roll here, so we do both play an energy. It is Sectinoid versus Sectinoid now. And the roll. So I miss once again, so that's twice in a row. My opponent nails it with that sectonoid. And here I think it's when the damage starts to come in. Oh, landed on the helix again, my bad. So I do believe normally it has 7, but that helix is a -1. So I think I have 6 damage coming in here. Which, not a bad amount of damage either. I do flip the Burning Cloud. So even though I've almost taken all the damage, I am going to pay this. And I'm going to make my Pyrus Bakugan attack for 2. So, just a nice way to get in a little extra damage there. Hit that Geogun card. Always good when you get rid of your opponent's Geogun. So far in the tournament, neither one of us have been able to play a single Nanogon card. I mean, I know I only have one each for each deck because that's all I had, but none of us have gotten one of the output or abilities off yet, which I find very interesting. Anyhow, next round here. We do both play an energy, so this is round 5, or turn 5, I think. I know later on I start missing energy drops because there's just no point in my deck. So I'm trying a new spin because I'm not opening. I'm going to do the whole marble spin shoot here. It doesn't help me. I think that was way too fast. But luckily the opponent misses 2. And we're just going to roll around wobbling like we don't know what we're doing. My opponent's spin shooting method, it looks unconventional, but I gotta say, obviously it works. See? So not only did she spin right on a core, blocked my sectonoid right off of that corner side of the matrix, and now I am looking at not only a hit from Nelius, but a team attack after that. Yep, so that was my opponent asking me what was up with the Baku gear symbol minus energy. They didn't know what that meant, so that was all good. But I do take the 2 damage from the Nelius. Luckily, there wasn't anything to add, because here comes the team attack, which is, the 6 and the 2 is 8, and that 4 makes 12. Unless I'm mistaken, this is a 12-hit team attack. And it doesn't matter, because I do flip the block outsiders. That is going to turn off the team attack, so that is great. Very lucky pulling that one, because that was going to be a huge amount of damage to take. Though I don't think I should say anything after the way I treated the Chaos deck while I was playing the Ventus deck. That was the shortest match so far. So now it's just a matter of resetting the field after that brutal team attack. Just reminding everyone that if I had opened my sectonoid, I would have a team attack, and that's all I'm waiting on. Seems like that's the story of my games. I think I was kind of in the same situation when I don't know, when I played the last match. My bad. Some Bakugan just do not want to open for me. Oh, I don't even know why I just had a brain fart there and I forgot. It was the Vintage Dragonoid. I couldn't get the Vintage Dragonoid open for anything. Alright, once again, Sectonoid versus Sectonoid. And we both miss. I feel better about that. I was a little worried that the Platinum Sectonoid there had enough weight that it would just roll all the way around. But so far we haven't attempted any cool trick shots like that or had any land. It's basically just that right there. Ooh, and that was so close. See, that was almost had it. And that would have been epic. But Vintage takes it again. And here we go, I take the damage. Looks like 7 here. I turn that flip, but I can't play it. Next turn, my opponent plays another energy. There are now 2 energy up for me, I believe. I haven't played one yet. Or I haven't been playing them. I think I've missed 2 now. So we do count this as a land, and I think Sectonoid just has a little problem with opening because it has that core like tight. It just won't open until I dropped it down a little bit. All friendly games, so that's alright. Now I did equip the Burn Cutter to Sectonoid previously, so that'll help a little bit with the Nelius here. Luckily for me though, I do have Might of Cindius, so I don't have to worry about my lower B power. It's going to go by damage instead. Right now that's 16 damage showing because of the 5 from Bird Cutter, 10 from Sectonoid, and then the +1 from the Might of Cindius. And if anyone hears anything in the background, that is actually my nephew and my mother. I have them at my house today, just kind of chilling and babysitting. Spending time with the family, you know, they're in the background, so don't mind that. Just going to keep on commentary for everyone, or whatever you say. Blah, blah, I don't know words. So my opponent does drop a Vicious Defense here and take -6 away. So that 16 became 10. And there's 1, 2, thanks to armor rating. 3, 4, thanks to armor rating. The rest of the cards I hit are pretty well. And my opponent flips a 2 fast, so for 4 energy they could stop the attack and energize that. I do believe they use it. So now with the Sectonoid of 1, I do get my team attack off here, and this is really nice. So it is 4 and 3 is 7, and the 15, so it is 22 here. I've got 22 damage coming in from this team attack, so a huge team attack. And then my opponent flips the Repel Outsiders, which for 3 energy, for those of you who don't know, it does get to stop a non-Ventus Bakugan. That shuts off my team attack, so a giant team attack like that, and it's nothing. I was really bad about that because that certainly would have been game with a damage of 22. But, you know, that's how Bakugan goes sometimes. It all depends on a flip card. It could happen. That's why I don't get, like a lot of people have a hard time with flips, and they say that flips suck. And I definitely see the argument for that. But, like, at least during my gameplay, flip cards have really been a deciding factor, especially when it comes to team attacks. So, I don't understand quite all of the hate. I might need to start using more flip cards in my decks going forward. I think what's taking me so long is, I was having a little hard time with that Pyrus Blitz box. You know, everyone who watched my Pyrus Blitz box, you know, the unboxing for it. It was, you know, it's just a little, it's not broke. I don't really want to call it necessarily janky because I think Spinmaster did a good job with the design. But like the plastic clasps on the middle have a hard time like grabbing the wing hooks or the wing clasps. So it closes, but it won't hold together because the little mechanisms won't necessarily line up unless you kind of squeeze it or, you know, squish it, for lack of better words. But it does eventually close. Right there it goes. It just takes a little bit more finesse than I would like, especially when I'm trying to record a game. My opponent is playing another energy here. They're either at 8 or 9. That looks like 9. So definitely Ventus is doing what it's supposed to do as far as the turbo strategy. My opponent way out energies me. So this roll is going to be Smog. Well, little mess up there, but this roll is Smog and Dragonoid. My opponent tries to hammer into me and I guess destroy Smog because that was a crazy fast, hard roll. Neither one of us opened though, so serves him right. You do not try to kill your opponent's Bakugan. That is not cool. Lining up for the reroll. And there we go. So Smog lands it and stands it like a boss. The Dragonoid misses. And Smog double cores. Proof right there. That was epic. I did pick up a plus 650 and then the minus 400. So good thing I didn't have to actually go into like a battle, because I was only looking at like 1050 B power, and that's pretty low considering. So here my opponent is going to take that 4 damage. I burn off a hero card and a Geogun card. Those are great hits off the top, and I will certainly take that. And about this far into the game, I'm really glad that Platinum Sectonoid is locked into a win and hasn't been able to reroll, because that thing was the bane of my existence at the beginning of the match. It opens like almost every time. Especially on the spin shoot, I guess, because it keeps that magnet on the bottom, so when you spin it, it just perfect. So my opponent does equip a multi-slash armor onto Nelius here. At least both of us played a Baku gear this turn. That was pretty cool. Or this game, not turn. Now it's going to be Blitz Fox against Nelius. And the roll. So Blitz Fox opens, does not land a Baku core, but it doesn't matter. I'll take that. I opened, the opponent didn't. It's a win as far as I'm concerned. So 3 damage coming in. I hit another Geogon and a flip card that my opponent sees no sense in using. They already have plenty energy, and why block an attack that the last card was the flip? Makes no sense. So that's 2 Bakugan with victory on my team. My opponent only has the 1 still. Going into the next turn. Once again, readjusting the hide matrix. I forgot that Blitz Fox had just won that brawl, and I actually closed it. So that's just me opening it. I about messed up there, like huge. So my opponent goes for the Nelius roll again, and I have Sectonoid. We both miss spectacularly. I think between me and my opponent, we have a lot of epic fails as far as rolling goes. And there we are. So the opponent does hit and block again with that Nelius. The shape of that Nelius mold, also a huge factor in gameplay. It really has a tendency to knock other Bakugan away, or at least block them off of the hide matrix, depending on where the Nelius lands. So there's nothing for me to do here but take the damage. And I don't have many cards left showing for the camera. That's it. My opponent, actually, I think at this time has no cards. Because once again, I got to the point where I've got in the team attacks, I've hit them. Now they have no cards, and I have like 4 or 5. Just to explain the game state of how close of a game, or how close of a match this one was. My opponent drops another energy, so that is 10. 10 energy on turn 10, and I only have 7. Pyrus doesn't need a whole lot of energy for the deck strategy that I designed, it being a damage deck, but still, I can't believe the difference there. We both miss. The Ventus Dragonoid does grab a core, but it is not enough to, hold it, I guess, or open. So, I was lucky. Trying again. This is the roll for the game, pretty much. Well, not pretty much. This is the roll for the game. and my opponent once again wins it. That Sectonoid just did not want to open, and it's Dragonoid for game. Because not only is that going to be a hit from Dragonoid, so that's going to be the 4 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had enough to take it. We both have no cards in library, but at the time I completely forgot. Here comes the team attack now. So with the team attack, there's nothing I can do. It's going to be game. I scoop, I concede, and that's it. So Pyrus is now going into the losing bracket, and Ventus will go on to face Aquas as the wild card. Aquas being the wild card, of course. But yeah, plenty more games to go. Hope you all enjoy watching them so far. Stay tuned for more. And remember, until next time, Bakugan, brawl!